Hameen Media Group presents your NXT Next Level Wrestling Review with your host, Big Ray and the Vet. So,
are you ready? We said, are you ready?
good morning, good evening, good afternoon, or good night, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to your Next Level Wrestling Review. This is your NXT review. This is your news review. This is just how you doing review. This is a little bit of everything, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't know who I am the reporter of the people. No, I am the pundit of the people, the man with a plan. Big Ray here to stay to talk some lucha libre today. And ladies and gentlemen, I am not alone. And let me know if my microphone, by the way, is good on your end. If it's loud enough, if it's crisp enough. But don't tell me yet. I need you to hear my partner, the Vet. See how that rhymed? This guy over here, the Vet. He hasn't talked yet.
He's a Rip Rogers guy.
He will soon, though.
The Vet.
Yep.
Vet. Rip Rogers guy.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's a Rip Rogers guy. It's the Vet, the best in the world. Jamie Williams, what's going on, buddy?
Mic check 1 2.
Word, son. Word life. Straight
Basic.
punkonomics.
Yeah, basic vetnomics.
Basic vetonomics.
Untouchable, but I'm forcing you to feel me.
Oh, shit. That's what's up, dude. Good week. Long. You know when you had a good, long, tough week, a lot of physical labor, and then you wake up on your first day off and you're like, shit, I did that. Good, man. Very good. Vet,
Sir.
like I had mentioned on social media, I didn't publicize anything, but little by little, been dropping poundage, and when I hit that 25-pound mark, you probably can't tell on the camera, but I tell you what, brother, it feels good, man. The knees are starting to ache less. I'm starting to wake up without back pains for some reason, and bro, I had gained a ton of weight over the last I don't know, man, 2 years. Like, it was slowly progressing, and I'm doing this for a reason. I just wanted you to know that, man. Take care of yourselves, because and I still got a long way to go, you know, when it comes to my weight loss. But I'm losing about 2, sometimes on a really great week 3, but usually it's about 1.5 pounds to 2 pounds a week. And I just weighed myself this morning. I lost 1.9 pounds, and I did have a cheat day this past week, so that's really fucking good, man. I'm proud of myself. And again, I didn't put it out there. This is the first time I put it out there. So yeah, I had a friend well, not a friend, somebody I work with that hadn't seen me in months. He's like, did you lose weight? Because my uniform was tighter and shit. It's good, man. It's good. I feel good, Fed.
That is good. When you're losing about 1 pound a week or thereabouts, little more, but not less, probably about 1 pound or more a week. That's just good, healthy weight loss,
Wow. Man, I look like I gained 15. I'll suck my butt.
Hey, we're not acknowledging people yet.
Yeah, but it's going to happen right now. So I just got to change something here that I forgot to change earlier. Let me just do this. And this is little minor things, Vet. Little minor things to make the aesthetics look good. But anyway, Vet, how was your week, my friend?
Oh, it was great. I had a nice week.
Oh, it was great.
It's whatever.
Okay,
I'm just making small talk. Yeah, it's fine. It's a fine week. As you guys may have seen on the wreckage, had a great guest. We had a good time. Did you get to listen to that one, Ray?
I did, and I will say, he looked exactly like he sounded.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I expected him to look like that, if that made any sense. And I said, this is who he is. Very smart young man, low-key funny. When I say low-key funny, I mean, I think he has like our humor where, I don't want to put myself over. I'll say your humor where, you're very, very smart and you'll say certain things and most people won't get it, but when you finally get it, it's like, oh, okay. And you're like, oh, that's pretty fucking funny. But yeah, man, good shit, man. Good job. I don't read, so fuck his book.
Yeah,
no, I'm
yeah,
kidding.
exactly.
Yeah.
Who reads
The
anymore?
only thing that makes me question his intelligence is the fact that he is an AEW fan. He was putting over people like Hangman Adam Page.
That's why it had to happen. I had to understand, I need help. Jimmy and I need help. It's getting to be a struggle.
Bro, I came away still not understanding how he's an AEW fan. But anyway, neither here nor there. I mean, some people are sadists. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, why don't we say hi to our friends?
Acknowledge me. Acknowledge me. You're gonna acknowledge me. You there, sitting at home. Acknowledge me.
Before I acknowledge our normal acknowledge, where the fuck is Al Robinson? Al Robinson. I need somebody, if you know Al Robinson, because you know how we do here, to do like a health check on him to see if Al Robinson is around and kicking. Tell him we miss him. If you do know who Al Robinson is, and if you're in contact with him, because we haven't seen him in quite some time, so I just wanted to throw that out there. So just know that we do notice, and I just wanted to throw it out there. But speaking of noticing, ladies and gentlemen, we look up into the heavens and we ask the question, who got the gabagool? It is our brother up in heaven. We will never forget our main man, Media M5, Big Mike. Thank you for joining us today. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's jump right in. Very first of all, we have our boy here, Mike Vasquez, who is the thankful one. And he says, thank you for the upload. We have the windiest of all Chris's, a.k.a. Chuckles himself. It is Mr.
Yes, boy!
Chris Winland, a.k.a. Chuckles. Did I mention that? Ladies and gentlemen, we have a super chat.
I think boy is not a popular word this weekend. I don't know if that's in the news, but let's just move on.
We can definitely mention that. Yes, we do have Tiffany's making very iffy things, but we have we have a man who's absolutely
That was cold-blooded.
ladies and gentlemen,
What you gonna do?
kicking it off with a $5 super chat. What is it? What is this super chat, Vet? Can you see it? I don't know.
This one is it kind of looks like what is this? It's like a person that's like Simpsons yellow, but they have like, they almost look like a clown. It's hard to describe. They say we're number one.
Oh, okay, I'll take that.
So that's all that really matters. She's like blowing a kiss or something. I don't know.
Better than having somebody take a number 2 on you. Well, thank you, Cold Blooded. We love you. We appreciate you, and we really do love you, bro. And I thank you. And we have the lovely Elizabeth. Yeah, she's so lovely. Yeah, you gotta walk down the aisle. Yeah, Elizabeth, we love you too. Elizabeth, the queen of HMG, and that I've officially stamped that. So fuck it. There it is. In standard definition, we have our brother from another mother, the one and the only. Oh, shit. He throws out the old school gimmick. So let me just throw it out here. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it?
Yeah! What?
Yeah, for real. Revamp Wrestling is here, ladies and gentlemen. We have the dancer one, the handsome one, the slasher one, handsome dancing slash and Dan Heffernan. And ladies and gentlemen, we have the sexiest man in all of the world.
We have Scott Woodford. YOLO, you only live once unless you go to the void, in which case you can live for 1,000,000 lifetimes.
Oh, shit. Even the music stopped. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Where I was, there was no new Superman movie. It was a Supergirl movie.
There was a Supergirl movie. Remember that?
I do remember that. I was very turned on by that for some reason. It's, I have a superhero kink. Anyway, neither here nor there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, what else we got here? We have the master and ruler of the world, who doesn't give a damn who you are. He's excited. It's our man, Saint Vicious. You said last week I didn't. Of course, I shouted you out last week. I thought about it all week, and I said yes, I did. All right, brother. We have my brother from down under, the one and only Jimmy T from the PWC, and he's talking. Is he talking about dicks? Ask me if my dick shrank. No, it gets bigger, and girthier, and veinier. I'll show you. I'll send you pictures later. Don't worry about it, brother. All right. That's a weird question. Have you taken your J12 shot this week, Mr. Vet?
No, but I don't get boosters or things
You're good.
like that. My immune system is too strong.
Okay, well, I get that. Do you know the 12 stands for inches in the pants? All right, here we go. What else we got here? Oh, hello. Good morning to Zach. The Zach Attack. Friends forever. Zach Minger, number 44. What's that?
So who the hell is that in the picture?
That is that's Roxanne Perez.
Dark Roxanne? Okay.
That's Dark Roxanne. That's your gimmick, Feds. Yeah. This ain't Texas. He's here. He says, so should we cancel HBK Sexy Boy theme song? I don't.
Well, she was down there while he's in charge.
Yeah,
if that tells you anything.
He's still sexy, right? Is he still sexy? I don't know how this works.
Fuck no.
Oh, well, ladies and gentlemen, finally he has returned. It is the one, the only, the artist. He says, listen, got water. What is this? Mitigation, contractors, and IT all happening at the same time. Jesus Christ. That's a lot. I need a distraction. Both of them are testing my patience. Well, what I would suggest you to do is, okay, put a blindfold on or something to cover your eyes. Go into whatever room it is and as many people and just put your arms out and just start spinning around. Eventually, you'll start hitting people. And then they can't blame you because you didn't see him. What do you think, Vet? You think that's a good one?
Sure.
Right? Fuck that shit. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I feel energy. I feel good. Let me just throw up the comments here on the screen, ladies and gentlemen. You know what time it is? It's time. Not for the one, not for the two, but yes, Vet, it's time for the 3 count.
This is the 3 count. With the latest breaking news in pro wrestling, sports, pop culture, and more. Now back to Big Ray and the Vet.
And before I do anything, I wanted to throw this up there real quick, ladies and gentlemen. In just 2 days, we have Richard Bronson Vickery, who will be talking shoving sausages down your throat, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, it's the Nathan's hot dog eating contest for the mustard belt, ladies and gentlemen. We have the great, what's the guy's name again? Fuck it, I just said it yesterday.
The one guy and the other guy.
The guy.
The 2 greatest of all time.
The Japanese guy and the American guy. Joey Chestnut, that's it. Joey Chestnut will be coming back. He was not there last year. He's coming back to regain his championship belt. So join us live July 4th at 11:45 Eastern Standard Time right here on YouTube. That's HamiMedia.com YouTube.com/Hami Media Group. Anyway, but I'll bring it up again later to remind you guys. So please share it, guys. Share the link. I don't know if we have it set up already, but if it's not, I'm sure we will. But it'll be fun. It's fun every fucking year, man. Who doesn't love men shoving wet hot dogs down their throat? Anyway, a lot of news going on, Bet. We're gonna run through this really quickly.
Hot off the presses, Scott Wood for $1.99.
What? Where?
On your thing.
Oh.
Tell me you did not just say that.
Yeah, pal.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Scotty. We appreciate you and we love you. I don't want to bring you up on the screen too long because then I have to disappear. And you know how that works out. I don't like going to the other side. Just quickly, Vet, you had mentioned something about the word boy. What about boy? Is it?
Oh boy.
Is it the gimmick with Tiffany? It's not in the news today, but nobody's talked about it. During I think it was a house show or something like that. Tiffany Stratton was she was doing her heel gimmick, and she was getting some heat from the crowd, and then
Isn't she a baby face right now?
I don't know what she is, dude.
Nobody knows what's going on anymore with these characters, but
all I know is, dude, she's like, let me tell you something, boy. Your kind ain't good here, boy. Allegedly.
The California accent just disappears.
Yeah, it just went away. It just turned into a southern accent. She said, let me tell you something here, boy. And when one of the gentlemen panned his Samsung over, it was a black gentleman. Vet, how did you feel about that?
I don't know. I didn't even see that.
Oh,
I
my
just saw
God.
that other people were talking about it, and I just laughed. This isn't even the first time. Was it? Who was it she was in the ring with that she said something like during a match?
Oh my God.
Was
I
it
don't
Jade
remember.
or something?
Was it?
Was it Jade and Bianca like in a tag team match or something? You guys remember that?
It might have been. You know what, Vet? You know I do my due diligence. So it's right here, folks. You don't know what we're talking about. Here it is, right here. We have Tiffany Stratton. I'm gonna try to. Hopefully the audio is good enough. But here we go. Oh boy.
Cold blood.
Go ahead. What did Cold Blood say?
Kentucky woman.
You're keeping it warm for Naomi. Keep it warm. 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 Keep it warm.
Oh, hey. Oh, hey.
Oh.
That's great.
It's fantastic. Oh, racism is funny. Oh my God.
Yeah, a little bit.
I don't know if she really meant that way.
She's young enough to have plausible deniability.
Right?
However, this is now strike 2. If she has a strike 3 anytime coming up soon, we're going to have to put her as definitely trained by Shawn Michaels.
I mean, if she came out and it was like a guy like me, and she's like, listen up, Beaner, then it's different. I think.
Right.
The boys, it could be boy, like he's a little boy, like she's a
Yeah.
woman.
Yeah. Well, like as Zane Vicious points out, I called him Stat Boy, but that's different. Stat Boy is a reference. Stat Boy was from Around the Horn.
Watch your mouth.
Or was it Pardon the Interruption?
It's Pardon the Interruption. Stat
Yeah.
Boy with it, yeah.
Stat Boy. And then they gave him Around the Horn, right? After
Yes, he was the Stat Boy, and he became the fucking, that's how you do it.
Yeah. So it's an ESPN reference, but he's allowed to be offended by it.
Why not? I don't know if he was that offended.
Not that no, of course he's a troll. Like, we don't believe anything he says, so that's why he gets off the hook.
Yeah. To be fair, he was acting like a boy. So,
well,
anyway, Jimmy T was offended. All right, so all right, remember, every news report is just a rumor. So let's just throw this out here. Not surprisingly, Fightful Select, you pay for this, notes that WWE has reached out to multiple legends about appearing to Evolution 2. I'm hearing some legends out there, Vet. I'm hearing we got girls like Lita, we got girls like Trish Stratus.
The usual parade of used up women.
The other Bella has made it clear she wants to be on it, but she hasn't gotten a call. But I heard, I'm winking, I heard that she's going to definitely be there.
All right.
And the biggest surprise, they're bringing back Fabulous Moolah and Mae Young. I don't know how they're going to do that, but that's happening. Any woman,
they're just the black wreaths.
That's terrible. Any woman, Vet, any former female wrestler that you would be excited to see that you haven't seen in a long time.
Nah.
No,
I think if there's anybody I could think of, they probably reached out and they either said no or will show up. So,
okay,
whatever.
All right. I mean, it'd be shocking if Moolah showed. Anyway, they also said that creative and the negotiating came down to the wire. Oh gosh, it seems that the entire build to the event behind the scenes has been pretty hectic. Anyway, who cares? I'm not even gonna watch this, to be honest with you.
I'm curious about it because for the same reasons I said before. I don't remember if it was here or one of the other shows, but just saying, like, the first Evolution was a sabotaged effort. Like, they definitely went out of their way to make it seem like a lesser event. And so I'd like to see if this one, like, if they put more effort into it, what it will look like. Well, so that's what I'm curious about. And I'm happy for the ladies getting, their own little spotlight and a nice payday and an extra event, and all this stuff. Like, I'm happy for all that, but I also want to see, like, okay, put your money where your mouth is, current TKO regime under Triple H creative. Like, do you really care about the women this time? Are you going to make an effort to make the show feel as special as your other PLEs or even your Saturday night's main events or things?
I think they should do like a contest between the women. Like, instead of a battle royal, just have like tables lined up in the ring, and then have like lunch meat and see who can make the sandwich the fastest. That's what I think.
Yeah, I mean it's in the spirit of like the hot dog eating competition. We could have a
Right.
sandwich making competition.
But they can't wear any shoes. They have to be barefoot.
I honestly also don't trust a woman to make my sandwich. I need to make my own sandwich,
Oh,
anyways.
really?
But yes. Now, Professor does have a good point here. I want to acknowledge Professor because he comes in right at the end of the acknowledgments.
He's glorious. Sorry.
Yeah. So just to rewind back to the previous conversation, he says, "What about boys to men?" But it's okay, Professor, and you know the answer. You're just trying to participate. You already know the answer. It's okay because there's a Z there.
Word.
So that means they're cool.
Yeah. Word up, son. Word up.
And speaking of cool, they call everyone but Michelle cool.
Oh,
Well,
God.
we need you for LFG, so you can't make Evolution. Sorry, we got a LFG taping that day, so I'm sorry, you just can't. Everyone else is invited.
God, I hope the Undertaker never hears this. Not that he probably would, but she is just miserable. I don't like her. I mean, it's just my personal problem.
Now, Jimmy is saying absolutely no build to the event, which is not true because if we're talking about stuff that's going to build to the event on this very review show, we're going to be talking about stuff about the build. But even if there was no build, that doesn't matter. Like if you just had a random super card of women just out of nowhere, you don't need a build for that. It's all supposed to be like dream matches and shit.
Yeah, but haven't we been having tournaments and fucking all this other shit, and they've been mentioning it every single week on the show?
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. So like there has been a build. Whether you care is one thing. Whether you need it is another thing.
It's weird. And by the way, Richard Bronson Vickery, we did put over your hot dog eating gimmick, and we will talk about the Glizzy Championship later on. Again, all right. So let's see here. WWE will hit Saudi Arabia for 3 premium live events in 2026. So okay, so they're upping it. So up it. Are they up
Isn't it usually about 3 or maybe just 2?
What is it? It's the original Blood Money. What is it called? I don't remember. Anyway, is it 3?
Crown Jewel moved to Australia.
It should stay there.
Okay, I think it will because that's the one in Perth again, right? So they're going to have Crown Jewel there in Australia. Now, the other ones was... Well, I don't know what they have. I guess they could just have anything there. Who cares? This isn't a story. Move on.
Let's see what we got here. Okay. There are multiple... Oh, okay. So I had joked around about this, I think, 2 weeks ago, but I guess this is a real fucking thing. Roman Reigns is officially, I've looked into it, officially playing Akuma in the new Street Fighter movie.
That's horrible.
And they're legitimately, this is for real. You can look it up, Variety. I looked it up. I had to go to these gimmicks. Cody Rhodes is in negotiation for playing Guile. I'm sorry. I said Guile.
That's funny. You
why is
combine
it-
2 characters there.
Bro, that is fucking awesome. You don't think,
No.
Why not?
First of all, Roman Reigns?
Yes.
What the hell?
That's a
I thought we were done with the whole like I thought Hollywood likes to cast people in the in the nationality that they are.
It's not BS, Jimmy. It's 100%. Look it up right now. It's 100% a thing. For real. Like these 2 guys, it looks like they're going to be in the movie. And Cody Rhodes is actually I think he's in another big movie. That has it.
Thumbs up to Cody Rhodes in a big movie.
I forgot I could do that. Anyway, I'm excited to see it. Dude, look. People underestimate how good the original Street Fighter movie was. But
Do they?
But if you had a choice, Fed, if you could only see one movie, would it be Street Fighter, the one with Jean-Claude Van Damme, or would it be the first Mortal Kombat?
You mean like I can only watch one forever? The other one's erased from existence?
The other one's erased from existence. Not just watch that movie, but that one movie has to be erased from existence.
I guess it doesn't matter which one I pick because I wouldn't watch the one that's left anyway. They're both terrible, terrible films.
Well, you have to admit, Mortal Kombat did have a better soundtrack, though.
If you like that sort of thing. I don't know why they continue to try to make live action movies out of things. Nobody ever seems happy about it. A lot of times they really just bomb, and like even, for a while when Disney started it, people were going to see it, but now they're getting kind of tired of it. Yeah. Even though Stitch made like $1 billion. But I don't I don't know why everything has to be like human beings playing it, whether it's cartoons, video games, TV shows, anything. It has to be like they have to make a movie out of it. And I think people are less interested in movies at this point right now in the world than they ever have been. So movies are just kind of like so passe.
Could you imagine, like, with the technology that we have now, the AI and everything like that, how good a computer-generated version of Street Fighter the movie would be?
Yeah, or something. Or a series. Why not a series? You could do a series, but, let's take Roman Reigns and make him Akuma. That's the worst idea I've ever heard.
Excellent casting, in my humble opinion. Couch casting.
And they also, before we move on from that,
sure.
They also supposedly cast a guy to play M. Bison in the movie. And this guy is just this like fucking little nerd guy. So like it's almost like they were trying to recast Raul Julia, who played M. Bison in the original Street Fighter movie, and he did a good job at a terrible movie.
Right.
But like he understood what was going on, and he's like, well, this is gonna suck, so I'll just ham it up, which is smart. But that was not the right character for that was not the right actor for the character if they were trying to do it seriously.
Right.
If anything, you should shave Roman Reigns up and make him be M. Bison.
Well, it's like remember back in the 80s, they had the Masters of the Universe gimmick, and they had fucking Dolph Lundgren as He-Man who couldn't.
Yeah, it makes sense if you just look at it on paper. But then the movie was like.
But then you had like Frank Langella, who was like a classically trained actor, and he was tremendous.
He saved it. He was the only good thing about it. The reason they would give an Academy Award to him if they gave Academy Awards to movies like that, but they don't.
Billy Barty was, who Billy Barty is, right?
Yeah, he was good.
He should have been
Gwildor.
What happened to Orko? I was so disappointed there was no Orko.
God, that's so terrible. He could have done the voice of an Orko, but they were too lazy to make it. You know what? Let's just see. You see how live action has never worked?
I know.
Okay. And they're coming out with a new Masters of the Universe live action. Did you see that picture that they tweeted?
That's not real, is it?
It's real. That one with the kid with his back to the.
I'm sorry. Hold on. I have to sneeze. Sorry. I just don't understand where the fuck, Vet, is my goddamn Thundercats movie?
I don't know if you want it.
I've been dying for a live action one Thundercats movie forever.
Why do you want a live action Thundercats?
Because I want to see Chitara.
I know. Well, they have AI for that now. As you said, you can make Chitara do whatever you want, Ray. That's the magic of AI now.
This is creepy. But you know what else is? You know who else is creepy? Dave Meltzer, and he claimed that Rusev and Tony Khan. Well, we know this already. Clashed over creative. Blah blah. Since 2021. Who cares? All right. Let's move on. Bodyslam.net. You might have heard of them. They've been kind of they've been moving up in the ranks of the dirt sheets. Says that
How much do they cost?
Oh, free for now. That's why they were .net. Says that WWE has interest in signing Private Party and someone who's very nice, very evil.
I feel like we did this story 2-3 weeks ago.
Okay, so Danhausen. As per Fightful, AAA star
Not select.
No, it's just plain old Fightful. This is for free. La Hydra. You know what that is?
Nope. Try it again.
La Hydra? La Hydra.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, La Hydra.
Mm-mm.
How do you say it?
La Hiedra.
La Hiedra. Anyway, is apparently telling people that she has to clear dates with WWE. So the belief is that she's under contract. So I don't know who this young lady. Are you familiar with her?
Just a little bit. Couple matches. I haven't followed her career or anything, but I'm aware.
Is she good looking and stuff?
I think she definitely pleases a certain demographic.
Oh, you're scaring me. I got it. Oh, hey now. All right. Well, that's the last news story, so I might as well show you what the girl looks like. So this is her. That's her, right?
Yep.
Yeah, this kind of scratches my female superhero gimmick that I'm my wife hates. Can I just tell you real quick?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if she'll be happy with me mentioning this. We're about to go back in the day. But there are many times that my wife is sleeping, and I'll just like try to slip a mask over her face, and she always wakes up when I try to put a cape on her. It's just weird.
What kind of mask? It's not a luchadora mask.
Batgirl,
The Lone Ranger, just the
the female Zorro gimmick. I've done so many different types of. And one time we tried to do like the Chinese dragon, the giant head thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's very difficult to bring that into the room. I kept bumping into the sides of the door. So
it's seasonal too. You don't really want to.
Yeah, well, I usually do it around Chinese New Year. Yeah. Just throwing it out there. Anywho, all right, ladies and gentlemen, that was the news. If anything else pops up, let me just do a quick little refresher to make sure I didn't miss anybody croaking, dying, or, I don't know, killing somebody. Jesus, this is wrestling. Nope, doesn't appear like anything important. If anything, listen, guys, I want you to do me a favor. Be part of the show, man. Hit us up in the chat. If you see anything that pops up newsworthy, let us know. I will stop what we're doing if it's important enough, and we'll talk about that news story. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's time. Let's jump into the time machine. Let's lube it up, fire it up. The vet made me delete the old one, the old new one, and I'm back with this, ladies and gentlemen, because today we are going back to this day in professional wrestling history.
Will you stop? What you gonna do? Boobies.
I'm serious. I'm not going to sit back and take this fucking shit.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going back, way back to July 2nd. And the year is, wait a second. What year is this?
Well, you try to figure out what year it is. I would just like to add that you see we have back the beautiful little cartoon rendition of Brain and Gorilla there. Mm-hmm. And what Ray had done was he tried to make the live action version of this.
I did.
And you saw, just once again, just another example of how it just does not work.
It doesn't work. Vet, we're not going too far back. We're just going back to 2001. And I say not too far back, right? But in reality, it's almost 25 years ago. It's 24 years ago. It's a long time. And 24 years ago, the main event of WWF Raw in Tacoma Dome in Tacoma, Washington, featured the first ever WCW match on television. This is an infamous match. I'm ad-libbing here, as Booker T took on Buff Bagwell. He's buff and he's absolutely the stuff, but he wasn't the stuff that day because apparently it was one of the worst main events in Monday Night Raw history. The match absolutely sucked. Vet. That being said, oh wait, is this also? Let me see. It says here, the loudest cheers was Stone Cold Steve Austin, Kurt Angle, so on and so forth. Booker T was attacked. But what made that match so bad? Like I remember, I've watched it. I didn't think it was horrible. Like people make it sound like it's fucking AEW. It's not that. Like, so what made this match so terrible, in your opinion?
I don't know if I've watched the match since it happened.
That's
for
fair.
one.
You want to watch it right now together?
No, and because even then I remembered watching it and being like, you can just feel, you know how like if you take the context of something like, okay, we don't at this point, let's say you, Ray, and I back then,
right?
Younger me in 2001. I don't know anything about actual mechanics of wrestling.
Do you have long
all
hair?
All I've done is watch wrestling just like you, right? So we're both at the same stage. But for me, the way I remember it, I don't remember anything that actually mechanically happened in the match. What I remember is the feeling that I get when I watch a stand-up comedian go out and bomb. Like nobody in the audience was buying anything they were doing. That's how I remember it. I could go back and watch and maybe they were popping on stuff, but the way I remember it, it was everybody was just like, and they didn't do anything that was so good that they got the people. So whatever they were doing wasn't working. It was like it was like the classic of we're just going to do our pre-planned stuff and we're not going to change anything that we had planned, even though nobody's buying it, kind of thing. So that's how I remember it. I could be wrong again. That could be like a Mandela effect. I don't know, but that was my overall feeling at the time, how I remember it.
All right, well, I'm probably gonna have like this big old egg white omelet. I have some watermelon there. That's gonna be my breakfast, and I think I'm gonna watch this match. I'm not kidding. I'm gonna watch the match while I eat my breakfast this morning. So, and then I'll get back to you next week, and I'll be like, Vet, this is why the match sucked, in my opinion.
Okay.
But speaking
Maybe
about
I'll
sucking,
watch it too.
speaking about sucking, Vet, in 2002, at a taping of WWF SmackDown in Boston, Massachusetts, the very sucky Edge and Hulk Hogan teamed up, and they defeated Billy and Chuck to win the WWE Tag Team Championships. It was Hogan's only reign as a tag team champion with the company, and Edge's 8th. Vet.
Mm-hmm.
Is this a team that is up there with teams like the Brainbusters, Demolition, the Road Warriors? I mean, Hulk Hogan and Edge, on paper, possibly one of the greatest, if not the greatest tag team of all time. I thought this was fucking weird back then, and I think it's weird now. Your thoughts?
Yeah, it was kind of weird, and it was in a time when, we were just having to get used to like, oh, there's 2 sets of tag team champions, or like
I'm still not a fan, but
yeah, I don't like it. And I still don't like it to this day. But yeah, at the time it just seemed like something cool, like just for the night. But then, okay, now what? You know what I mean? Like they didn't think past that.
And the
they don't
rings.
ever have plans. There was never any real plans for tag team championships.
It's a damn shame, man. It's fucking
Yeah.
weird. There was some weird indie event in 2005 with a whole bunch of names we know, so I'm not going to bring that up. But in 2007, that was in 2005. In 2007, Umaga defeated Santino Marella to win the WWE Intercontinental Championship on an episode of Monday Night Raw from Dallas, Texas. This ain't Texas. It was his second time winning the title.
Right. He was getting it back from Santino pulling off the Milan Miracle.
Mm-hmm. Hey, let's go to 2011. Now, you were in OVW around that time? I always forget. No, it was well after. You were gone. Well, after the vet left in 2011 at OVW Saturday Night Special in Louisville, Kentucky, Jason Wayne defeated some dude by the name of Mike Mondo, you may have heard of him, to become the OVW Heavyweight Champion. Hold on. You can I gotta pop up here. So, Vet, I know Mike Mondo. What happened?
No, I was whispering to myself, Jason Wayne.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you if you know who the fuck Jason Wayne is.
No, or I don't remember.
Jason Wayne, OVW. Let me see. Maybe. Okay. Oh, it looks like he stole your gimmick, Vet.
Let me see.
I'm gonna show you right now. Here we go. Bringing up Jason Wayne for those on this guy right here. This guy in the this guy.
I don't know who this dude is.
No.
Yeah, he must have came in like well after me.
Not ringing the bell.
Well, wait, it's saying he debuted on June 9th, 2011 in his first match, so there's no way I would have known this guy.
Yeah, no way. But yeah, definitely. Oh wait, is this fucking Crimson?
Looks like it.
That's Crimson. Oh yeah. Interesting. Nobody cares. All right, so let's fast forward here. Let's go to 2016 at another OVW taping. Now the vet is long gone at this point. Another Saturday Night Special. We have Anarchy. Anarchy was held in Louisville, Kentucky. Jesse Bell won a fatal four-way against Deonna Purrazzo, Maria James, and Scarlett to win the OVW title. Now, is this the Scarlett? I don't know any of these names. It's weird.
I don't think so. I don't think it's the Scarlett, but I don't know who it could be. I don't know anybody there except for Deonna.
Yeah, Deonna Purrazzo, yeah, I guess that's right. But we do know that in 2017, on day 2 of New Japan, now you were watching New Japan Pro Wrestling this time, I know this. Day 2 New Japan Pro Wrestling G1 special in USA was in Long Beach, California. Vet, were you there live?
No.
Damn it. Well, in the
but I can tell you what the main event of this card was, because it was after watching this, and I've been tired of hearing about the G1 for so many months and years, and people talking about this G1. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to watch this special.
This G1
and then
bullshit.
I'm going to watch this G1. This was just this was basically like a promotional card for the upcoming G1. It wasn't anything to do with the actual G1 itself. So it was kind of like, a commercial, but so yeah, I decided I'm going to watch a whole G1, 1 year. And that was the year. And the main event was Kazuchika Okada versus Cody Rhodes. And they also had a tournament to crown the first ever IWGP United States champion.
Mm-hmm.
And the winner was Kenny Omega.
And he defeated?
I believe in the finals, he defeated Tomohiro Ishii.
That is correct, Vet.
And I won't forget, because they did a spot where he was trying to suplex Ishii onto the concrete floor, like you would imagine a guy like Kenny Omega would want to do to a simple, unassuming Japanese man. So Ishii's holding onto the ropes with both hands, and Kenny traps one of his hands, and he's holding on with the other hand, and Kenny traps the other hand, and Ishii bites the rope to hold himself from getting suplexed.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it was good show, and I ended up being a New Japan fan after watching that G1 that year. I liked the way they did everything.
So it's this show's fault.
Yeah, kind of. And it was hot back then. And anybody else that would have started watching it probably would have agreed. But as we all know by now they have fallen off greatly.
Oh man, I'm hearing. But you know what? They're not going to fall off as far as TNA fell off back then, as they were GFW. Remember the Global Force Wrestling gimmick? This was Slammiversary XV. I don't know what that is.
Did they ever even run a show?
Well, they did. Here we go.
I mean, you're claiming they did, but like as GFW, did they ever?
Well, here we go. GFW Slammiversary XV.
This is it.
This is it, brother. And it is. It took place at Universal Studio in Orlando, Florida. Let me just run down some of the matches here. We got LAX, Santana and Ortiz. They defeated El Hijo de Fantasma and Drago. And also, who else was in this? Naomichi Marufuji and Tajiri. Ishimori, Gaza Jr., Laredo Kid. Man, a lot of fucking people in this match. It's a fatal four. Let me see. D'Angelo Williams and Moose defeated Eli Drake. Eli Drake, dummy. Yeah. And Chris Adonis. We had a strap match with EC3 defeating James Storm. Jeremy Barash and Joseph Park defeated Josh Matthews and Scott Steiner. Huh? Anyway, Full Metal Mayhem, we have a fat Eddie Edwards when he wasn't too fat, and Alicia Edwards, well, maybe he was fat at that time, defeating Davey. He was fat. No, he wasn't fat. He was kind of in shape.
Yeah, well, it just depends if he wrestled in a shirt or not.
Defeating Davey Richards and Angelina Love. What else we had here? Sanjay Dutt. Who else we got? The champion was Sienna. She defeated Knockouts champion Rosemary at the time. Good Lord. And the main event was the GWF champion, Alberto El Patron. He pinned the Impact champion, Impact champion Bobby Lashley to become the Unified World Champion. So I guess this was when GWF took over TNA, and
yeah, it was supposed to go forward from there, and then they somehow blew it.
They had a baseball stadium match event that had 200 people, if that. Oh my God, it's terrible. And this is it right here, Vet. We're going to 2020 now. This is COVID world. Night 2 of AEW Dynamite Fighter Fest was taped at a Daly's Place in Jacksonville, Florida. Oh yeah, that's right. That's when they're doing all the shows there, right? Let's take a look at the quick card here. We had Kenny Omega and Adam Page defeating Private Party.
Hey, I heard WWE's interested in them for the past few weeks.
Don't we have 3 of those in the cupboard? Lance Archer defeated Joey Janela.
What? Lance Archer won a match in AEW? I don't believe it.
In 20
This is one of those mistakes. This is one of those mistakes that this website often makes where they just wrote the wrong thing down. There's no way that Joey Janela would ever lose to Lance Archer in AEW.
Well, apparently he did, Vet.
I think it's a typo.
Okay, maybe. Who knows? Let me see what it says. The Butcher and the Blade defeated the Lucha Brothers, Pentagon and Phoenix. I wonder if those guys.
Oh my God! See, that's what I'm. The Butcher and think about this for a second, guys. The Butcher and the Blade defeated the Lucha Brothers.
It's Pepper Parks.
Does anybody in the world know who those two guys are?
It's Pepper Parks.
Nobody knows that.
He's married to
Everybody knows the Lucha Brothers now.
Well, you may know this dude right here, Nyla Rose. He defeated Kenzie Page and Killing King in a handicap match. I don't even know who the fuck these people are.
Kylan King.
Do we know? Anyway. Hey, one of my favorite podcasters of all time, Cole Cabana and the Dark Order, Brody Lee and Stu Grayson defeated SoCal Uncensored, Christopher Daniels, Frankie Kazarian, and Scorpio Sky.
This card is a rib.
In the main event of the evening, Vet, Le Champion, Chris Jericho, defeated the great Orange Cassidy after hitting the Judas Effect. No?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
it's the only result that makes any sense.
Yeah, I guess so. We do have some birthdays. And why don't we celebrate some birthdays? And let me see if I can do this right now. Let me see. How do we do this? I don't know how to fucking do this. Anyway, all right. What do we got? So we got some birthdays, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. There go the balloons, Vet. Yay. Hey. Happy birthday. Yay, fuckers. All right, Vet. Happy birthday to Joe Gomez. I don't know who the fuck that is.
Remember Joe Gomez? He was a staple of Monday Nitro back in the...
Don't remember him. Neither here nor there. Scotty Too Hottie, born in 1973. We have a person by the name of Eric with no K, Corvus, born in 1984. And finally, and least but not last, see what I did there? Jesse Bell. Familiar with Jesse Bell?
Well, you mentioned his name earlier as winning something at OVW, but
it's his birthday.
Couldn't tell you.
Maybe they let him. Oh, wait. I missed these. Referee extraordinaire, the man who took the biggest bump in all of professional wrestling, Little Nate, Charles Robinson, his birthday, 1963. Brackus, remember Brackus, Vet?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, born in 1962. And, ladies and gentlemen, with the biggest one of all, you can go and wish a happy birthday right now to the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be, Bret the Hitman Hart. He was born in 1957.
And he wants to tell you something about Bill Goldberg.
Oh.
Hey, is it true, RBV, you said that it was Jargo's birthday today? Is that true?
Is it?
Is that true? You can wish a happy birthday to Dr. Michael Jargo.
You can do that. But while we do
if it's true, I'm going to send him a cake emoji right now.
We'll do that right now. But while you're doing that, really quickly, I just want to remind people, I don't know why this is, I want to remind people that do not forget, ladies and gentlemen, again, in 2 days now, July 4th, 2025, we're going to put this over a bunch of times. Watch along for the Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest with the real RBV. He does it every single year to become a staple, just like the Hot Dog Eating Contest, a staple of July 4th. Our Independence Day here in the United States. For the mustard belt, Joey Chestnut comes back to try to regain his undisputed championship belt as the all-time glizzy eating champion. So tune in for that, ladies and gentlemen, 11:45 Eastern Standard Time, July 4th, here at HMG. And with that being said, veteran, it is time to take a walk with me to NXT. Oh, yeah. I feel it in the cockles of my heart. Ladies and gentlemen, it is NXT, July 1st, 2025. We've got a number one contenders main event, and we got to walk. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're walking. Yeah. Yeah, here we go. I hope Inamura never wins the title because then we have to change this theme. And I love this theme. It makes me feel good. I don't know. But he may win. Who knows? We're going to talk about it later. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for NXT. Vet, take it away, my friend.
I didn't watch this shit. Good night, everybody.
Oh, shit. We're done.
Yeah, no. Well, actually, that's only half true. It's literally half true.
Why would you say that?
I'll tell you why.
Why?
I am aware of the entire results of this show.
Why?
Through my own experience. I did not go to a results page. I did not do anything. I absorbed the entirety of NXT. However, 50% of NXT was absorbed through the ears only. I let the commentators do their job. For complicated reasons that I will not get into here, I had even less time to cram this show in than usual this week. So some of it had to be radio. So Ray, I'm going to need you to be my eyes for the first half of this show. Nope. Okay, well then we'll be done even faster. It's a win-win. However, this will give me some unique insights because most of the time it's the opposite. Most of the time I'm ignoring everything that's said on the commentary table, right? Most of the time I'm fast forwarding the backstage interactions, and sometimes the way some of these people speak makes it hard to understand what they're saying at 2 times speed, or it's hard for my brain to retain it. But if I'm listening to it at normal speed, I can retain some of the information a little bit better. So I'm going to come with a different perspective for the first half of the show than I normally have, but I've still missed on a lot of the visual cues. How does that sound, everybody?
That sounds good to me, brother. I'm actually wishing Michael Jargo a happy birthday right now.
Yeah, I already did that. So speaking of commentary, here comes Trick Williams.
Why?
Well, because he has to do commentary, because he has a vested interest in this match. If you remember, Wes Lee said that he was going to, quote, take care of Joe Hendry. Mm-hmm. And Trick forgot all about kicking the shit out of him and his jobber friends all by himself as soon as Wes Lee said that last week. So now that he is off the hook, apparently, we'll see if he can do that. We'll see if Wes Lee can take care of Joe Hendry. So here we are, Wes Lee versus Joe Hendry, Trick NA commentary. Let's talk about it. As I just said, I did not see 1 second of this.
I watched every single match, brother. So don't worry.
Okay, well, did Wes Lee, in fact, take care of, or even attempt to take care of Joe Hendry? Or did he just wrestle a regular wrestling match like all these motherfuckers that act like they're collecting a bounty do?
So it was a regular wrestling match.
I knew.
It was more or less a 50-50 match with High Rise interfering a whole bunch during this match. And so much so that Santana left TNA and came to save Joe Hendry from...
I heard that. I was getting to it.
The unfairness, but yeah, it was just a regular match. I didn't see anything. I didn't see him trying to, I don't know, fucking DDT him on a cement floor, or I didn't see him bring brass knuckles into the ring,
or forego all of the entire match and from the bell, just all 3 of them slide in the ring and start jumping Joe Hendry,
right? Or God forbid, use a kendo stick. None of this was done, Vet. They had access to fire. They had access to spiky bats. They had access to anything pretty much in the arena. Maybe cold beer to the eye. There were plenty of people drinking beer. Nothing. So it was just a regular match. Joe Hendry hits the old standing ovation, which is just a big old choke slam, and he wins the match.
Yeah, standing out. Yeah, once Santana came in to help, I heard the announcer say standing ovation, so I assumed he did the standing ovation,
and he did. It was a good one too, by the way.
Okay, good. Well, Wes Lee's tiny, so it's not gonna be. Well, I'm sure I could give him a standing ovation.
He actually held him up there for quite a minute. Showed around.
Yeah.
Then he
yeah, like
then he turned his back and he slammed. He didn't do that. But.
Yeah, sometimes I have to hold a sack of flour over my head. Also, it's sometimes
book bag.
Yeah, something. Anything that's just moderately heavy. Maybe a senior citizen wouldn't have wanted to do it, but young able-bodied people such as ourselves. Yeah. So if there were a kendo stick, I just want to point out that I can hear the kendo stick, so I will still disavow it even if I don't see it.
That's fair.
I just want everybody to know that.
That's fair.
If this ever happens again. The tug of war over the soul of Dark Paxum continues backstage with Zarisol and Izzi fighting for her. Zarisol is a team already, Izzi says, and is like, this seems like they don't need you. So she's doing a very good job of being seductive in her friendship, and it works. Like, I think Dark Paxum's listening to her.
By the way, Zarisol sounds like a very good cleaning product.
Doesn't it? That's my name for them. What is their name? It's Zaruka. I think they went with Zaruka.
They even have merch.
Yeah. They won't get announced as Zaruka by the announcer, or they won't get the graphic of Zaruka, but they'll have merch. I mean, I don't like either one of them, but I just feel that my version gives more of each of their names to the thing. Kind of like the Phrasium thing.
Phrasium's way better than... How are they doing? I haven't seen them in...
I think they were playing Dungeons and Dragons in Saudi Arabia with the Motor City Machine Guns.
Okay.
So Luca Crucifino is walking. Then we go to break. And then Luca Crucifino goes to the ring and he calls out Tony for a meeting. Apparently the Olive Garden was closed. So we're doing it here.
Right. There's no background change here.
He does this speech thing, talking about all he did to be loyal and to have these opportunities, the things that he gave up to be here. And I was hearing that the Marks were like clapping for this.
Yeah, they were really...
They were like, but it wasn't like a thunderous ovation. It was like some smatterings of polite, like,
It was...
yeah.
It was... Listen, let me just fast forward by saying this, all right? I saw the whole thing. And nothing
Officer, I saw the whole thing.
Nothing personal, vet. But Luca Crucifino can't cut a promo to get himself out of a wet paper bag. It's so fucking, like, you could see him thinking, what did they want me to say? The entire time. With that being said, this ended up stupid. Because Luca punches Tony. And then fucking Stax comes out talking shit. Then he punches Stax. And then Luca... So now Luca Crucifino not only punched the head of the mafia, he punched the underboss of the mafia, who should be dead, by the way, and that makes him double dead. But no, Luca, he says, "Oh, I'm loyal."
He says
to
he
me.
stands with himself. Basically,
Maybe you know what? Maybe he goes back to college, finishes whatever course he was supposed to finish, join whatever law firm, Salino and Barnes or whatever the fuck, and just gets the fuck off my TV for the rest of the fucking of this life that I have on this goddamn marble. Sorry.
it was also funny because when he left, they were playing Tony's music, even though he just punched Tony.
Yeah,
I guess he doesn't get his own song yet.
He'll get some type of weird, I don't know, fucking techno gimmick, I'm assuming, next
Techno
week.
Gimmick? I got it.
I'm sorry.
Native American DJ.
He's gone.
Okay. Well, I know. That's why Luca. Kelly is with Oba Femi, and then Yoshi and Josh come in and see you at the bash.
Oh, yeah.
And then Brian Pillman enters. And then we have some Gators here in the audience for
Gators.
for Myles.
Gators.
Mhm.
Gator gimmick is Gator gimmick.
That's right. Hey, whatever happened to that one fat kid from that one Tough Enough?
I don't know. I think he went back to the Gator farm.
Yeah, it's probably for the
You
best.
talking about Z, right? Z something?
Yeah, he had some with a Z in his name.
Yeah.
So in this match, I heard Booker T say, "Cameraman, get a shot on those abs of
So
Lexis King."
you didn't watch this, right?
And I heard it, and then Vic says, "No one wants to see that."
So you didn't watch this, right? As soon before the match kicked off, before Booker T said anything, first and foremost, he wasn't wearing tights. He was wearing trunks.
Mm-hmm.
So he was showing off the legs. I watched him go walk into the ring, and I said, when the fuck did this guy get in this type of shape? He looked fantastic. He looked like a young Chris Jericho. Like, he aesthetically looked. But, you know, Chris Jericho was more boxy. He looked good. And then when he got in the ring and he did his fucking, like, gimmick, he had a fucking six-pack. I'm like, when the fuck did this happen? He was fat 2 weeks ago. He was legitimately fat. Now, jumping into the match, he moved better, quicker, took better bumps. Like, he just looked fucking 10 times better than he has.
Well,
I'm serious.
Stop.
You got to watch it.
Stop, Ray. Are you telling me that by getting in shape, he somehow moves better?
Bro.
And is more athletic? You are crazy.
I'm telling you, bro. The guy looks phenomenal, and he worked so much better. I just couldn't believe it.
Well, apparently no one wants to see that. That's what Vic Joseph said.
Oh, well, I didn't mind it.
All right. And well, I guess whatever happened in the match, Myles Borne won with, and again, I didn't watch it, so I had to trust Corey Graves as he called it, something of a zigzag.
All right, so
which isn't that Dolph Ziggler's like jumping, like fall down neck breaker thing?
So here's the thing. He hit kind of like, it was a zigzag, but the way he landed it was not good, if that makes any sense.
I only have words to go on.
Brother, I'm telling you.
That's why Corey Graves with his subtle burial of that's why I love Corey, and people don't appreciate him enough.
Oh, he's
because he'll bury you like that without you even realizing that there's dirt on you. But yeah, he's something of a zigzag.
Bro, you had to see it, because the way he landed, it was just no bueno.
Well, apparently I'll have to go back and just watch all this just to see some physiques and some work and everything. I guess I was wrong not to watch it, but
I mean, you're not wrong not to watch it. But
all right.
I was
so
like, okay.
I heard something that sounded like a Dark State promo. Is that accurate? Did they talk?
Unfortunately.
Okay. Thea Hale makes an entrance. Sounded like. Yeah, I heard somebody say, "I'm a grown ass woman," so I assume it was Thea Hale's entrance. And then we come back from break, and it's Lainey Reid versus Thea Hale. Apparently, so I rewound it after I heard this because the announcer sounded confused. So I actually did look at this part. Apparently, Lainey went for a pin after hitting this like knee to the face, and she grabbed the ropes, right, for leverage. But also, Thea's hand was underneath the ropes, so the referee missed two hands being out of bounds, so to speak. Bad refereeing continues. Has that one referee that fucked up that count been on TV since?
I don't think so. But it was a weird weird situation. Number one, that Lainey Reid girl, she's not too bad. I kind of like her, but the thing I kept thinking about during this entire match is that, you know, Thea Hale, she had the aggression back, she had the fucking wild girl shit back, she was doing some really cool shit, but she's really not what she was. I'm wondering if she'll ever get back to that Chase U rub she had. I don't know. She's just another little girl that does cool flips and shit, and all the character's been sucked away from her. And she came in dressed like a boxer. She had a robe.
Marvelous Mark Marrow?
She was dressed like Marvelous fucking Mark Marrow when she came into the ring. I don't know why. It is what it is. But,
she's a grown-ass woman.
Well, allegedly.
Yeah. So, anyway, controversy there, so we'll see if they ever revisit that. No quarter catch crew meeting. Apparently, Tavion wants the just beat Charlie and you're out deal that everybody else gets. And Ren is very supportive of this. But does it make sense for Ren to be like, yeah, sure, go ahead, leave? Because she loves NQCC, and I would think she'd be the type that wants everybody to stay together, but she's kind of like very supportive in everybody just saying fuck off.
Pretty much.
All right. Zaria Soul makes their entrance. Before that, or after that, before we get the match, we get a Jasper promo.
It's all right.
Yeah, it's the same thing I'm thinking of Luca Crucifino. I was like, who writes this shit? I don't believe this is you at all.
Right? And his theme song and like the music and everything, none of it matches.
This was all set up for somebody else, and they probably got released. So he's just like, here, you can do it. You can have it.
Shit.
We already made it.
Just reheated it. Just put it back
We
in the
had
microwave.
we had this chain laying around, and
put it in the microwave for 5 minutes and let it sit there for a minute.
that's basically what we got. Okay. So now we have Izzy Dame and Dark Baxum versus Zaria Soul. And here's the exchange. We're going to play a game.
Okay.
There was an exchange on the commentary table.
Yes.
Okay. I want you guys, and you could play too, Ray. You guys in the chat.
I'm getting ready.
This is what Vic and Corey said, and you tell me what movie it's from. Ray, we'll see if you can beat the chat on this. Okay.
Oh, Elizabeth, get ready.
Okay. Everybody ready? Okay. Vic says he could sell a ketchup popsicle to a woman in white gloves. And Corey Graves says, ketchup popsicle? That's a direct quote from
Masters of the Universe, 1983.
Got it. Wow, you're good. You remember that when He-Man said that to Evil Lynn?
Yeah.
Talking about Skeletor, like, you know, he could sell a Who Framed Roger Rabbit? No. Wrong. Who Framed Roger Rabbit is wrong. You are fired.
I
Fired.
I really don't know what movie that's from.
All right, well, while we give the chat and the delay some more chance to catch up, I'll say that Zaria accidentally spears Sol Ruca, her good friend.
Oh, no. I wonder if that's going to break up their friendship.
Yeah, and then Sol gets the sky high from Izzi.
Good sky.
For the 1, 2, 3, she now has a pinfall victory over the North American Women's Champion.
And she sold it. She Tour of Italy. Is that it?
Nope.
No, I don't know what movie this is.
Nope.
Twins.
It is the
Twins.
Nope. But it's something like that. It's fun.
Spaceballs.
If I gave you another hint,
Please.
you guys would all probably get it.
Give me a hint. I probably won't.
All right. Well, everybody's had plenty of time. We can all agree that everybody's had plenty of time to answer this. Fat guy in a little coat.
You talking
Fat
about
guy in a little coat.
Fat guy in a little coat. What fucking movie is this?
Fat guy in a little coat.
I have no fucking clue. Anyone in the chat have a clue? I don't have a clue. I have no idea what he's talking about.
We'll just move on until they eventually get it. Sky High. All right. So what do you, just real quick before we move on, they try to do this stupid angle where the friend accidentally hits a friend. Do you feel like they pulled it off in a satisfying manner?
No.
Okay. Just making sure.
Oh.
Just making sure.
Oh.
Okay. So if they do eventually turn Zaria.
Oh.
I'm being serious here. If they do eventually turn Zaria, it's going to be stupid, isn't it?
Oh.
No, it's going to be great.
No, it's going to be terrible. And here's the thing. Because Zaria, my friend, she fucking sucks. Like they took, remember the whole thing where we had the discussion where they basically ruined her?
Yeah.
And they took away all the mystique? Well, that shit ain't going to change, brother. It's over for her. She's no longer that, I guess, warrior from another dimension that we thought she was going to be. She's just a regular girl that likes hanging out with a surfing girl. I just...
Wouldn't you want to hang out with Sol Ruca, and wouldn't you do whatever she said?
Well.
Puts a different spin on things, doesn't it?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. She's taming the wild beast with her surfboard.
I know
her vibrating surfboard.
I'm getting several text messages from my job. That's why if you see me distracted, I apologize.
All right. Well, Lab Rat wins the prize. Tommy Boy is your winner. That is the correct answer for the ketchup popsicle. I don't know if he got it from that or the fat guy in a little coat, but whatever. But just to let everybody know that the NXT announce team is entertaining themselves with 1996 movie quotes instead of doing their job. So there you go. Ava is with Ricky Saints, Ethan Page, and the Vanity Project.
This is silly.
And if Ricky Saints can get through the Vanity Project gauntlet, he'll get a title shot against Ethan Page. Now, Ray,
Yes, sir.
I know you're busy texting the office, but
That's my boss.
why does Ricky Saints have to jump through hoops when anybody else, all they got to do is just hit somebody with something and they get a title shot? Why am I going to have to wrestle 3 douchebags in a row to get a title shot? I would be complaining immediately, damaged throat or not.
Well, this is where pro wrestling, listen, it's a rule, isn't it? Just a rule. Is it a written rule or is it an unwritten rule? I don't know what it is, but it's been like this forever. If a champion loses his title, he gets a rematch. It's not, he doesn't have to fucking earn a rematch. He is owed the rematch. So why are we changing this now? Is he trying to get heat? I'm just saying, did the writers think that fucking, we got to get heat? No. The heat, you know what the heat is? The heat is the champion beating the old champion again by cheating in the ring. That's heat, right? Not him having to fight fucking 3 kids.
No. On no planet would anybody be cool with any of this. Not for a second.
So it just doesn't do anything for me, bro. Sorry.
All right. Well, I mean, you had a room full of cheese sandwiches, so I can't be too sad about it. It doesn't bother me the same way it does when good people get bad creative. Andre Chase has maybe reformed. Maybe he's changed his ways. Maybe he's ready to move into this new, softer generation.
I don't like this Andre Chase.
He has gotten Kale Dixon a singles match next week.
I don't like it.
Okay. I forget who it even was against. It seemed like it should be somebody that Kale Dixon will definitely not beat.
Oh, I don't think he mentioned who he's facing.
No, he did. He did.
Let me see. Kale Dixon. Uriah Connors.
No.
No,
That's the other kid.
I'm reading here. It says everybody. It doesn't say it.
Well, he said it. I just didn't write it down. Sorry.
I'll bet.
It's probably a large black man, if I remember correctly.
I was gonna say Josh Briggs, but he's good.
No. It was somebody there's no way Kale Dixon could beat.
Well,
but he was cool with it. He was cool with it. He was just happy to have a singles match. All right, Kelly Kincaid is with TNA wrestlers Joe and Mike. They're like, hey, I like you too, but I'm not gonna like you at Slammiversary. But I like you now. But not a Slammiversary.
Word.
All right, Team Noah pumps up. But Yoshiki Inamura does the thing that baby faces do when they say, I got this. Don't help me.
All right.
He's going to do it alone. Or as they say in Japanese, Hitori de.
Shit. Oh. New Day? Yes, it is. Hitori de. Yes, it is.
Mm-hmm.
That's that right?
Yes. Okay. All right. Jasper enters. Culling celebrates their win.
They're very happy.
Ava comes in and says, hey, you know what? That was a good job of cheating that you guys did.
Mm-hmm.
So you get a title shot. Now you see how Ricky Saints should be pissed?
It's not fair.
Yeah. Well, Hank and Tank agree. They think it's not fair. They're like, you cheated.
I just want you all to know that me and the vet have to watch Ricky Saints fight 3 fucking jobbers next week for you.
I might listen.
You're welcome. So
So yeah, Hank and Tank are like, hey, somebody laid us out and it was probably you.
Yeah, they were very angry.
All right. So then Paxum's like, well, why don't you guys put your titles on the line against these guys if you think they jumped you? This is like, who writes this? Who is writing this? People are getting a paycheck to do this.
Bro, this is...
All right. Now we've come to the point in the show where I've started to use my eyes.
Okay.
It is for the number one contendership that, by the way, Jasper Troy has done nothing to deserve except for attack 2 people like last week or whatever he did. I mean, he just got beat. Like, he got beat by Obafemi. That was his...
Mm-hmm.
Like, you won LFG, you get a title shot, you lost your title shot, that's it. He attacked a couple more guys, and now he thinks he gets another one. Yoshi kind of earned his. He, like, traded one title shot for another shot, or some shit like that. However that worked. But he has a funny haircut, and the people like him, so it's okay. It's cool.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry you have to go through this.
Well, so they have a match, and they start off the match hot with Yoshi jumping him and punching him and all this stuff. And then within, like, I want to say like 90 seconds at the most, Jasper Troy has this kid in a chin lock. You know who else couldn't have a match without putting on a chin lock in 90 seconds? It occurred to me when I was watching this. I was like, you know who else was this bad? Like, at Psychology?
Who was this bad for?
Fucking Zeus.
No, Zeus is way more over, though.
I know.
Interesting. That's an interesting, what's the word? Comparison.
I'm just thinking of, like, you know, because Zeus was Zeus had an excuse. He was an actor. You know? He didn't know how to do anything. So all he did was the double Mongolian chop thing and grabbing a guy's head and squeezing it. And sometimes he might pick a guy up.
Right.
But a lot of the time it was just him, like, holding a guy, like maybe by the traps or whatever, because he couldn't do anything. Right. Well, Jasper Troy has no excuse like that. Well, he's the winner of a competition show about being the best wrestler. And 90 seconds into a match, he's got a rear chin lock on a guy that after they just started fighting. I don't even know if I can blame Jasper, but, like, who is laying this out? Because don't they just lay out every bit of every match now for TV because they have to make sure they get all the angles and stuff? You wouldn't want the guy to miss a fucking chin lock if he's the cameraman on the floor, right? So we got to lay this shit out. Who laid this out?
So this is what I noticed during this match, because I did watch this match very intently, and I noticed that Jasper Troy is not very good. He's not in good shape. Did you hear anything I said? Because you chopped out for a minute.
Right after you said this is what I noticed,
Jasper Troy is I saw a lot of his limitations during this match, and one of them being fitness, apparently. I mean, he tried. He worked through some things. You could tell he's very limited. He has a very limited moveset. You could tell that he has very limited ability to. He was having issues like following Inamura during this match. Like, you know, Inamura was calling the match, and I could tell he was having some difficulties following certain instructions. So you can see how green he was actually in this match. For people that don't really understand and they just watch that, they probably think that he did a good job. But all in all, watching this match, I'm like, there's no way they're gonna have Jasper Troy win this match now. But there's no way they're gonna have Inamura win this match. You know, they're not gonna give. Except, you know, what happens?
He fucking beat him clean.
I was so happy. Matter of fact, I'm on the train watching this thing, and I think I did this. Oh, that's what I did. Unfucking believable. Good for him, man.
Hi.
I was happy. I really was. I was legit happy.
Well, yeah.
Because I was like, because how many times? Let's be honest, Fed. How many times do we have a guy, right, that I think you and I both like, or a girl that you and I both like, and they're really good and they're fucking different. Like Inamura's different, you know, and he's strong, and the shit that he was doing the shit that he can do in the ring is so fucking cool. He doesn't look like your typical WWE guy, but he's getting over with the crowd. He's got everything, and he can speak pretty decent English, you know? And I'm like, this guy should win this match. And he fucking did. And I was kind of like taking a bet. Now, when you knew that Inamura won the match, I know you weren't watching, but did you go?
No, I did. This is what I was watching.
This is the one match. Okay, I'm sorry. So when you did watch it, did you also look down at whatever device you were watching and go, oh?
Pretty much.
Right?
I mean, in my heart. I maybe didn't do it audibly. But yeah, I mean, because I just assumed, you know, they were gonna not do it. But no, I mean, but if you think about it, why wouldn't he win? Like, who is just because Jasper Troy's angry and has a chain? Does that mean he just is a better? We just saw him come off a show for rookies, so like, why would he beat somebody that has as much experience as this?
He's big, right? Is that the gimmick?
So, well, I mean, he's big and he's strong, but Inamura is also strong.
Yo, dude, Inamura's not too small either.
He's not that small, and he's a sumo
big dude. He was picking him
Jasper
up.
didn't do no sumo training on LFG.
Bro, when Inamura does that fucking thing with that delayed body slam, and he's doing it on this big son of a bitch, he did it twice. He did it twice. I was like, holy shit, this dude is legit strong. I just am not a fan of one thing.
Okay.
Not a fan of the E-Honda.
No, it's cool. You got to leave it in.
All right, fine.
Nobody does it. That's why.
Why
You know?
can he do it with just one hand?
No, that's not realistic. Let's just be realistic. I like Cold Blooded has amended the saying to "Yes, man."
That works.
It's great. All right, so
Yes, boy.
Sorry, it came delayed.
we can't do that anymore. It's 2025. All right. So, you know, he does get the win.
I also, by the way, I started playing the music because I forgot that the main event is talking. So I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, he does get the win, and then Obafemi comes out, and he uses the deadly belt hold, right? And while he's doing that, Javon Evans uses the top rope cutter to further shit on Jasper Troy. So Jasper Troy made somebody upset. I don't know who, and I don't know what he did, but they don't, you know, they definitely, this was not his night. So,
no, not at all.
Or, you know, in other ways, it's like, well, I'm not just going to let you walk around here attacking everybody. We're going to get our get back on you. So maybe you look at it like that.
Word up.
Whichever way you look at it, Jasper still got some stuff to learn, but I got nothing against him. I want him to succeed. And as for what you said about being limited earlier, like a guy like him doesn't need a lot. So
yeah,
it's about how do you beat Kevin Nash, right? So
very, very underrated is Kevin Nash, in my opinion. I don't know how you feel about Kevin Nash.
Yeah, Kevin is I mean, he's smart. He's the only guy that I really hear talking on podcasts when he talks about wrestling matches that sounds like me.
Yeah. Yes.
And he was also somebody that shared a locker room with Rick Rogers.
Yeah.
So
he gets
you know, go figure. Anyway, Jordan Grace takes a walk.
Hey,
we go to break. She makes her
into,
entrance.
Before we get into the main event, right? The talking. I just got to show you this because it's only fair. You haven't seen it, but for those that didn't see it, this is what we were talking about earlier today. This is Lexis King.
Look at the abs, man. Cameraman, get a shot of those abs.
I'm saying, like, he looks fantastic. Like, now he looks like a star. That's him and his girlfriend, apparently, I think, right?
Who's that?
I don't know.
Who are you?
It's his girlfriend.
Why don't I know her?
Well, maybe she's a civilian.
Oh.
And that's
Okay.
him. His knee hurts. Anyway. But good for him, man. I think he looks fantastic. And for those that didn't see what he looked like. I just like it was a dramatic change. That's all I have to say. It was a good one. He needs to start winning matches now. But anywho, I'm thinking that somebody told in the office told him, "Hey, listen, kid, get in shape because we're gonna call you up soon." Anyway,
Maybe.
all right, main event.
All right, Jordynne Grace's entrance. She comes out and does a speech. She says, "I've been thinking, am I good enough? Do I belong here?"
She was pandering.
She looked like I know I said I wouldn't do this anymore.
Oh boy, here we go. Hold on. All right, go.
So if they made a wax figure of like Miley Cyrus and they put it on like obviously a different body than Miley Cyrus. But they forgot to turn the AC on in the building. And she even sounded a little bit like Miley, so interesting. And this is one of those promos where you can tell that there's certain lines that guys and girls say that lets you know who wrote their promo or who told them to say this. And I don't know who. Yeah, I don't know who likes it, but this goes back to Triple H because they were saying this, and this is a Triple H line. So Triple H either loves this line himself and encourages other people to use it, or Vince loved it and put it on Triple H, and Triple H liked it and kept it and passes it on. But somebody likes this line, and you can always tell it's a signature Triple H. There's actually two, but she only used one of them here. If anybody knows what it is, or if you have a guess, Ray, go ahead. But if not, I'll just put it out there.
I'll say Chris Parks. Is he still there?
No, I'm talking about the line, not the person.
Yeah.
No.
The person that wrote it.
If somebody says something like, "I have to remind myself," or "I have to remind you exactly who the hell I am."
You know what? Seth Rollins?
You hear him say that a lot, don't you?
I do.
Because he's a Triple H guy.
There you go. Yeah. All right.
If you hear somebody say either A, remind who the hell I am, whichever, whether it's me, remind myself, remind somebody else, whoever. But when you hear somebody say who the hell I am, that's a Triple H. The other one is when you look into my eyes.
Oh, don't do that.
That could be a Vince. But Triple H used it a lot. And a lot of NXT people have used it.
Okay.
See, I know these things. So she says that. And then fatal interruption. And they're like,
That's good.
yeah,
That's clever.
a lot of talking, a lot of more yapping, and some sucker punching. And then they start kicking the shit out of Jordynne Grace because this is getting boring and bad. So they start kicking her ass. And then here comes the glamour. She runs in, starts throwing forearms to people, Bella hammers, if you will. Yeah. And then Ava comes out and she's like, "Hey, you know what sounds good? A tag match." Right. Exactly. A tag match for the Great American Bash. So it's gonna be Jordynne Grace and Blake Shelton versus to the other two of the people from.
Wait a second, Elizabeth. This is Elizabeth said this is where I came. You came in at the end of the show, like she watched NXT only at the end.
Yeah,
good for you.
There's 10 minutes left. I'll check it out.
Good for you.
Okay, so okay, now just to cap off this wonderful night.
Oh no.
So Ava says she's gonna make this a tag match, right, Playa? And Vic Joseph says this is an unbelievable decision.
I'm getting ready to play some Xbox soon.
Oh, he's already got the.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Unbelievable. That's a Vince. Unbelievable decision, right? Not as unbelievable as that babyface high five at the end, but
Oh boy.
pretty unbelievable.
I hate when the main event is talking. That's all.
Well,
I
there's a
have to
little
say.
fighting. Did you like the fighting?
No fighting.
Oh.
It's talking. It's part of talking.
Talking with my fists
Yeah,
or
no.
my forearms. Talking with my forearms.
I do not like that, and I don't care about a tag team match. I don't. Sorry, I don't care about a tag team match. And Jordan Grace is unlikable. She needs to be a heel, like I said before. And I think we're done here. Sweet hour and 30 minutes, Fed.
That is sweet.
That is sweet. But what else is sweet is all the content that we have for you here. Anything you want to just put over and pontificate, sir?
Well, at Opinion Haver for all the latest regarding me, anything else I'm doing, affiliate shows, things. You've got the Impact Attack every Monday at 6:30 p.m. Pacific, 9:30 p.m. Eastern with Brandon, where we talk about TNA. So we're covering both sides of this crazy partnership. It's so crazy that one show can't just contain it. I've got to be on two shows. You can also find me every Sunday morning, 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern for The Wreckage with Jimmy T and with our great guest Dinar Dale from this past Saturday. So if you did not, past Sunday, excuse me. So if you did not get a chance to check that out yet, you didn't know that we had a special guest. If you don't, you normally watch The Wreckage. I bring on an Ivy League educated genius who's also an AEW fan somehow to discuss.
Then how can he be a genius? That's my question.
I don't know. The geniuses are very mysterious. That's what makes them a genius. You can't understand the way they think.
Maybe he's like Elon Musk genius.
I wouldn't insult a man like that.
Okay, all right, fine.
But he just happens to enjoy AEW. So we had a good long conversation about it, and please go check that out. It is still available on YouTube for the rest of our lives. It's special bonus episode for cross promotion and sharing. So please watch the episode, share the episode around, and get people talking. Besides that, somewhat tangentially related to me are Wrestling with Rip Rogers every Friday at 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern, their concrete time. You can ask Rip questions. He may answer them. He may even give you the answer you're looking for, although that's rare. But definitely go check out that. Von Lila's doing a great job. Of course, Stevie Richards every Friday. This past Friday, he talked about Stevie Night Heat. And it said part 1, meaning there's more Stevie Night Heat coverage coming. So if you ever wanted to know, check out Stevie Richards. Of course, check out Limpin' Ain't Easy with Timmy Baltimore. I think you may recognize his latest guest, and there's going to be a new episode maybe today, if not today, soon. But his latest guest was Gut Check Time, Mike Mondo. Oh. So that guy. He's the one that trained me in the ring. So, I give him my personal endorsement. I don't trust many people with wrestling knowledge, but Mike Mondo's one of them. I think that's everything.
Yeah, I mean, of course, don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, we have shows like the Smack Attack. We have shows like the Monday Locker Room. That's on Eastern, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Another affiliate show is the A Show, which was live yesterday at 7 p.m. Go back and check that out. And do not forget, again, for the last time, ladies and gentlemen, we have the hot dog eating contest done by Nathan's. Yeah, they do hot dog eating contests for belts. And we're going to see Richard Bronson Vickery discuss how a man can possibly eat 76 hot dogs in under 10 minutes. With that being said, don't forget the Pro Wrestling Reflection is coming on this week. And I didn't make a thumbnail yet, but they're going to discuss what if Sting left to the WWE earlier? like in his prime. So it's a what if episode. So check that out. And again, if you didn't watch Monday Night Raw, you can go back. It's right now on YouTube, right live. You can just, well, not live, it was live, but you can see the replay right here on YouTube if you're watching on YouTube. And it's me and Jimmy T breaking down the June 30th episode of Monday Night Raw. And I think with that being said, I think Jimmy T also put up a Night of Champions gimmick where he was breaking down the Night of Champions. So I think that's up on channelattitude.com. And we'll keep you informed on how, the move to Patreon will go, so on and so forth. But the lives, again, will never stop. We'll always do the live shows for you guys here. So I just wanted to thank you guys again for everything. Thank you for the super chats, Cold Blooded. Thank you for the super chat, Scott Woodford. We appreciate you. We thank you. We appreciate. Did I mention we appreciate you? We do. We love you. And I think that's it, Vet. We are out of here. How's that feel?
Feels nice,
right? It's nice. Not too long. I get to go to the bathroom, take my time. We have my egg white gimmick with some watermelon. That's what I want.
Watch some Buff Bagwell versus Booker T.
I am going to watch Buff Bagwell versus Booker T. Ladies and gentlemen, we're out of here. See you guys next week.
This is the Hustler Rip Rogers. Yeah, it's fucking me. Yeah, and listen to the fucking Hameen Media Group. That's Ben Hameen Media Group from Rip Rogers. Go get him and go fuck yourself.
Then you shouldn't have said it.
Yeah.